YouTube? It's Space Kangaroo coming at you with another video. And, well, today's another Fun Fact Friday, and this week's topic is brought to you by the Majestic Walrus, which is Top 10 Favorite Places / Fun Fact Friday. Video game facts. Amazing video. Little weird D smiley face thingamabobber that looks weird and scaring me, and I might have nightmares about it now. But yeah, I feel like this video is going to be a little longer than usual. I actually have a lot of facts here. So be prepared. This one might take a while, but we'll see. I have 2 gameplays prepared if it does. But let's go. Alright, the first fact. The Sega Dreamcast was the first console to implement online play over a phone line, calling the system SegaNet. Now, without the Sega Dreamcast, you know, we probably would most likely still have online gaming today, but, you know, it was an advancement, and it really helped, you know, gaming to, you know, have online play. Because, I mean, online play, I think, is the most fun for everyone to do, so. Alright, next fact. Well, the original Atari football game was the first created in 1973. It wasn't released until 1978, 5 years later. It was delayed because the game couldn't scroll the screen. Players couldn't move beyond the area shown on the monitor. When the game was finally released, it became the first game to utilize scrolling, a key part of many games today. Oh, excuse me. Exactly. So, this game, you know, without it, you could only go to say you were at like 30-yard line and the 50-yard line is the other side of the screen. Once you got to the 50-yard line, well, you couldn't go anywhere. So obviously, in real football, that obviously doesn't happen. So luckily they were able to fix it, and you know, now since it does play a key role in many games today, you know, it's a feat. You know, it helped the industry. All right, next fact. On the market from 1991 till 2004, the SNK Neo Geo AES has tied the Atari 2600, which went from 1977 to 1990, as the longest supported gaming console in history. Now, I've never really heard of the SNK Neo Geo AES. Kind of a weird name, but if any of you have heard it or even used it, put that in the comment section below what it was like. But 1991 until 2004, that's a pretty long time. It's 13 years, so. And same with the Atari 2600. Alright, next fact. Nintendo's Game Boy was the most successful game system ever, with more than 100 million units sold worldwide. Now, I had a Game Boy. Yeah, I had a normal little Game Boy as a kid, really little, but I didn't use it that much because it was some Wario game. I don't remember what Wario game it was, but I really didn't know how to play it because I was so young. That was my first thing using a handheld game system. But you know, there are multiple Game Boys. There was the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy SP, the Game Boy Advance, and there were a lot of Game Boys in the original and the Game Boy Color. I mean, geez, was the Game Boy popular? Now there's the DS line. So we got the DS, the DS Lite, the DSi, the DSi XL, the 3DS, the 3DS XL, and the 2DS. All the DSs were dual screen. If you did not know that, I guess count that as another fun fact. Alright, next fact. The word Atari comes from the ancient Japanese game of Go and means you are about to be engulfed. Technically, it is the word used by a player to inform his opponent that he is about to lose, similar to check in chess. You're about to be engulfed. That's kinda silly. Like, when I think you're about to be engulfed, I think kind of like either maybe like a pelican coming down eating a fish in the water and then, you know, just swallowing it all up, or maybe there's a huge whirlpool in the water and then you get sucked down into the whirlpool. Yeah, so Atari is kind of an interesting term to, you know, name a console or a company. So yeah. Next fact. In 1986, Nintendo released a special disc system peripheral for the NES in Japan. Among its features was a microphone in the controller, which certain games used, including an updated version of the original Zelda. You could only destroy a certain enemy by shouting into the mic. I think this is kind of funny. So, you could only destroy a certain enemy by shouting into the mic. I can imagine some parents, like, go thinking their child's insane. Like, I can hear mom be like, "Why, little Jimmy, why are you shouting? Why are you shouting in the living room? Jimmy, are you okay? Do I need to take you to the mental hospital, Jimmy?" And then Jimmy goes, "Oh, no, Mommy, I'm just playing Zelda." "Oh, little Jimmy, those video games are making you crazy. Oh, we need to get you away from those video games." "But Mom,
I suppose that's telling me I need to do that.
Jimmy, you don't get off those video games, I'm gonna smash that little piece of pile of mechanical engineering stuff.
That's what the game does. See, this shot in the mic make the enemy die.
You're making things die, little Jimmy. Yeah, I think parents kind of go crazy if they hear the child shouting at a video game like that. But a lot of people rage over video games now and shout. Me, maybe just a little. If you don't know what Claymore Wars is, I think you do, Acoustic Walrus, who said to do this fun Frack Friday. Oh, I can go a little crazy. Alright, next fact. Studies have found that playing action video games trains people to make the right decision faster without loss of accuracy. Video game players develop a heightened sensitivity to what is going on around them that helps them with multitasking, driving, keeping track of friends in a crowd, and navigating around town. Video games. See, they help us. They're always like, parents are always like, get off those video games. Video games are always the problem. Video games are always the problem. That's usually what they say. I mean, but you see, they can help you. Well, yeah. All right. Now we're gonna get into some more a little more interesting facts, in my opinion. All right. So here are a few Pokemon facts. I'm gonna do some Mario and then some Zelda and then just a few little more random ones. All right. Here's the next fact. Nidoqueen's entry stance in Pokemon Stadium was altered in the international release, as its Japanese stance showed it cupping its breasts. Now, if you see that photo on screen, yeah, I don't understand, like, exactly why Nintendo thought Nidoqueen would even, like, stand like that. Just like, yeah, walking down the street, cupping my breasts. Ooh, these feel nice. Oh, yeah. It makes no sense. But I mean, if there are any women watching this, I have a feeling, you probably do that as well. Nah, I'm just kidding. Unless your name's Emily. You definitely do it if your name's Emily. Alright. So, the next fact is, for one day in 1998, the city of Topeka, Kansas, renamed itself to Topekachu in honor of Pokemon's US debut. I think that's kind of funny, but if you've ever heard of Topeka, Kansas, you might have heard it in the news. Topeka, Kansas also happens to be the city that renamed itself Google. It renamed itself Google because they got the Google Fiber and everything. I'm pretty sure that was it. They should have kept the name Topekachu. That is like, that'd be a perfect name for a child, you know. You and your wife just standing there like, what are we gonna name our new baby? And then you're just like, Topekachu. And then she's like, wait, what? Topekachu? Yes, Topekachu. I'm gonna go write up the birth certificate now. But honey, we really haven't discussed the name. No, we have. But I want to name him Jimmy. It's Topekachu, I'm sorry. Alright, next fact. The character in Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U were chosen at the start of development. This means Greninja was chosen before Pokemon X and Y even released. And its inclusion wasn't because of its popularity. So if you don't know what Greninja is, it's a Pokemon. It's one of the final evolutions of the starters in Pokemon X and Y in Gen 6. So yeah, and it's a very popular Pokemon because, you know, it's got a really cool design. I mean, its scarf is a tongue. I mean, how cool is that? I know. Imagine if your tongue was that big. It's like, could slap some people. That tongue, just like, oh, pa! Slapping it good. But yeah, so even before they knew that Pokemon was gonna be popular, they're just like, yep, we're putting that in. So, so they're just slowly releasing all the new characters, even if they've already had them made. Okay, the next fact. Womps are likely based in the Japanese mythological creatures Nurikaba. Nurikaba were said to take the figure of a wall to trick or trap travelers. Now, if you don't know what a womp is, basically, when you play Mario, it's like this large, like, thing. It's kind of like near a wall. It's got a freaky little face, and it'll just fall down and try to, like, go on top of you, like, crush you. So, yeah, if you look at the little photo of, the little thing it's based off of, It looks like it would cup its breasts just like Nidoqueen would. I mean, if it did that, it might look hidden even more. Because, I mean, you can see those little things hanging off. I don't know. Can you? I'm a messed up person. Oh, jeez. I don't know where I'm going in life. I have no clue. I don't know if I'm going up, down, left, right, diagonally left, north, south, northwest. I don't know. Wait, I just said north, south. See, exactly. I have no clue where I'm headed in life. No clue. Alright. Next fact. The player was originally unable to jump in Donkey Kong. It was added in order to avoid obstacles, and Shigeru Miyamoto and his team asked, if you had a barrel rolling towards you, what would you do? Yeah, I think I'd jump, or just probably jump to the side and get out of the way, but you know, it's a 2D game, so you can't really jump to the side, you gotta jump up, and that game would be a lot harder if you could not jump. I mean, really, a lot harder if you could not jump. Alright, next fact, this is the Legend of Zelda fact, and Charles Martinet, the voice of Mario, told Shigeru Miyamoto that he wanted to voice Link. Miyamoto responded, making it clear that Link will never have a voice. No, this is really disappointing. And actually, no, it's like mystery, like, it's a child that can't talk. Forever. It's a child that can't talk, goes on these magical adventures to save Hyrule and Zelda. Because, yeah, everyone, if you don't know, the little boy in the green, the little boy on like, the cover and everything, like, that goes in the adventure, that's not Zelda. That's Link. Zelda's the princess. Yeah, because some people don't know that. Sadly. Very, very sad. Okay, next fact. In The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, real-world constellations can be seen in the sky. I think that's pretty cool that, like, Nintendo had such attention to detail to, you know, add little real-life things into their game. I think that's, you know, pretty neat, in my personal opinion. Now, this fact, I wish this was true. In early versions of The Legend of Zelda, the old man at the beginning of the game would give you a choice between taking the boomerang or the wooden sword. Well, boomerang would have been fun. Just like, pa! Boomerangs are always fun. If you don't like boomerangs, you don't like life. So, you know, boomerangs are life. Boomerangs are love. Boomerangs are life. Whoever came up with that video was just so messed up. They probably had nothing to do, and they're like, I love Shrek. I'll need to make a video about my obsession. Jeez, that video is crazy. Alright, but here's the next fact. According to Shigeru Miyamoto, once Nintendo had finished developing Twilight Princess, the team decided to have fun with the game, put Mii's across Hyrule. It was their way of relaxing once the project was done, and here's a quote from Shigeru. They've been having fun just fiddling around with Mii's in the Twilight Princess engine. This is something our development teams do all the time. Jesus, I'm stuttering a little, I'm sorry. All the time once they get done with the game and start thinking about other ideas. It's kind of funny because you can see Mii's running around in the world of Hyrule, but there's no telling that would ever actually come to fruition. It's just our team members having fun and taking off some stress after a tough development cycle. I think that should have been an option in the game, you know, just run around as a Mii, killing other Mii's. Ooh. Sounds fun. It's like, and then you just do it online, a Mii battle. Well, I mean, in the next Super Smash Bros, though, you can battle some Mii's. There's 3 different Mii's. You can battle out, it'd be pretty fun. Now, this fact, yeah, this next fact is kind of interesting. According to the North American Sonic Heroes Manual, Dr. Eggman is a feminist. Yeah, exactly. What? Why would we need to know that but some, like a bad guy in the Sonic game, that Eggman is a feminist? How that, I've never seen that really matter in the game, so I don't know why exactly that needs to be known. But, yeah. That big fat dude with the awesome stash is a feminist, according to the Sonic Heroes Manual in North America. Next fact. During a scene in Sonic Colors, the player is given a glimpse of Tails' computer. There are 3 sets of hexadecimal numbers, but Tails only translates the first two. The third set, when translated, says, "If you can read this, you're a geek." Thanks, Sega. Wow. I don't know what geek actually decided to, do that, but yeah, if I don't know if I'll put this photo up on screen, but no, I will. It's there. Trust me, you'll see it. There's all those numbers, and someone just decided to go down the bottom. Alright, next fact. Star bits from Super Mario Galaxy and gratitude crystals from Skyward Sword are based on candy. The candy is called Konipito and is popular in Japan. Kind of jealous of them now. They just get to go around just getting candy, just like, hey, look at what's in this chest. Candy! And it's levitating candy. Then Mario just gets to run around and candy just comes towards him and he just gets to eat all the candy. Lucky little men. Alright, the next fact is kind of interesting. GTA 5's online mode, some pedestrians can be seen wearing a shirt depicting John Marston from Red Dead Redemption. Jeez, that's kind of... I want you to say right now, Red Dead Redemption, 83.5 times fast. Now, the last half time, go to, like, the dead. You can end at the dead, because, I mean, yeah. But, Alright, next fact. In Sonic CD, the first boss is named Egg HVC-001. HVC-001 is in fact the model number of the Nintendo Famicom. Now, if you don't know what the Famicom is, it's like one of Nintendo's very first consoles, just in Japan. It stands for Family Computer, if you did not know that. But the rest of the fact says, the Egg HVC-001 happens to be the first and easiest boss in the game, which some believe to be a stealth insult aimed at Nintendo. Now, as I read this fact, after I started reading this fact the first time, I started thinking, Sega does what Nintendo don't. If you've ever heard that advertisement before, when the Genesis and stuff was out, and even like the earlier Sega consoles, when they were trying to, get more people to buy the consoles, that was their slogan, to get people to buy them. Sega does what Nintendo don't. Well, now guess who doesn't have consoles anymore and has to actually, like, make games for other consoles? Yeah, Sega. So Sega does do what Nintendo don't. They don't make consoles. But, oh, here's a random fact. I don't know if this probably wasn't coincidental. He probably purposely did this for some odd reason. The Wii's blinking blue light is actually synced to the bird called the Japanese bush warbler. Yes, $150,000. Woo! That's a lot of money. Hope they didn't get profit off of that. First, I want to know how they knew this truck had it. Maybe the side of the truck said, "Brand new game, everyone wants. Come buy at store." But they're like, ooh. How would they come buy it from us? We give them a discount. 5 cents off. Ooh. Oh, too bad for Infinity Ward. Alright, next fact. Battlefield 4 is currently banned in China due to its China Rising DLC story, which is also trying to go into war with the USA in 2020. China has deemed it a threat to national security and also calls it a form of cultural invasion. First, I don't want America to go to war with China, because, well, wars aren't good. War is bad. War no good. Bad. And second, China's government's kind of cray-cray. And it could be cultural invasion depending on whom you look at, but I mean, just, developers trying to make some moolah, some money. But this is the end of the video we're at right now, sadly. But I know this was a very long video. If you made it to the end, you should be proud, and you get a hug from me. But hug on one condition. You have to be sexy. Oh wait, if you're subscribed to me, you're obviously sexy. So, yeah. But remember to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Oh, and talking about comments, what you gotta do, put down in the comment section below what you do for the next Fun Fact Friday. I will, oh no, you just heard my chair, didn't you? I will, choose something like I always do. And, you'll be shown at the beginning of the video. So, yeah. What do you want for next Fun Fact Friday? You choose. Alright, this is the Space Kangaroo.